little dream.
Looking for contestants to compete in a new competition show? If you're interested in competing for a special prize, meet the host of the Plains in the City. The address is noted below. What the what?
Hey, Dante!
Hi Denise, what's up?
I saw you reading that flyer. What's on it?
It's just an invitation for a competition show.
Ooh, sounds interesting. You should join.
I considered participating, but I realized I didn't have anyone to go with. So, that might be a problem.
Considering your current situation, I was wondering if I could come with you.
Yeah, that'd be more than great. But, don't you have a school to run? You are the principal of this school, so...
It'll be fine. Remember that there's also a vice principal who helps run the school, too.
If that's the case, then yeah, that'd be more than great. Thank you.
No worries. When do we have to be there?
The flyer says we must be at the area tomorrow at 9 in the morning. What's that, like Saturday or something?
Yeah, I think so. Then it's settled. We're going to that competition and we're going to win whatever that prize is. Alright then. Catch you later, Dante.
Take off at the speed of sound. Bright lights, colors all around. I'm running wild, living fast and free. Got no regrets inside of me.
Guess who? I am so delighted to see you.
Same here, but I'm not exactly used to hugs.
Oh, right. Sorry. I forgot about that.
No worries, but I am so glad you're here. I'd have absolutely no idea what I'd do if I was alone.
Anytime. You know I'm always here for you, and I just want you to know that. Alright?
Yeah, of course. I get that. Oh hey, I think that's our bus.
Are you guys here for the competition?
Yup.
Great. Get in.
OMG, OMG, OMG. Is that Dante? Like, actually Dante? Yes, he's actually going to be competing in the same show. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited.
Did those two ever shut up? I'm sick of hearing them speak.
Dude, chill out. It's not that deep.
Yes, it is. They've been talking throughout the entire bus ride. It's pissing me off.
How have you not gotten used to their yapping yet? The four of us shared a math class last year, and those two talked constantly. I've put up with it. How have you not?
Man, I don't know, but it's bugging me.
Can you two keep it down? It's really irritating to hear you guys wheeze your vocal cords out.
Sorry about that, Scott. Camille's just very excited to be competing with someone we all know and love very much.
Really, huh? Guess I'm excited to see them then. See, that wasn't so bad.
Whatever, Mom.
You know, I think it's pretty obvious who's gonna win this competition.
Heh, yeah. Look out, everyone. You're all looking at the future winner right here.
Says who?
Says me.
Get real. It's obvious I'm gonna win.
Then I guess we'll have to compete on opposite ends of the competition and let the others decide who'll win.
Good luck, though.
Yeah, you too.
I find it baffling how those two agree to compete against each other instead of with each other if they want to have at least any chance of getting far.
We don't have to worry about them. They're only a bunch of incompetent peasants getting in the way of my victory.
Our victory.
Yeah, whatever.
Wow, you are such a great friend.
Yeah, I know.
Of all the people, why did I choose you to come with me?
Hi, friend. What's wrong? You look a little upset.
I'm not upset, I'm impatient. When will we get to the area? I'm more than ready to become the best of the best.
You sound excited. Say, do you want to team up? It could be nice to use the company on a show like this.
What should I do? She seems pretty helpless and weak to compete on her own, and she does seem to need help. But I came here to win, not to make friends. I think I might have an idea. You know what? Sure, why not?
Awesome! Thank you.
Hey, what are you looking at?
Oh, nothing. Just asserting my authority to let the redhead know that you're worth absolutely nothing to anyone here.
Huh?
Well, what do you have to offer?
Well,
Exactly. You contribute nothing here.
Okay, first of all, you didn't even give her a chance to speak. And second of all, dude, what's your problem? We haven't even started the competition yet, and you're already targeting someone completely innocent.
Hey, in a competition, you gotta do whatever it takes to win. This could mean bringing someone down on purpose.
Well then, can you do us a huge favor and just stop? Please? Both of us are not in the mood for it right now.
Fine, but just know this. I'll make sure you're the first one out, gal. Watch.
what does that man want with me?
I don't know, but what I do know is that he's trouble.
So, are you guys excited?
Excited? I'm ready. Matter of fact, I've been ready.
Me too. I can't wait. Hey, is everything alright?
Huh? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
Are you sure? You look a bit distant. If something's bothering you, I'd be happy to help.
No, nothing's bothering me, I promise. There's just so many things that I keep in my mind. What? What's so funny?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking about a song.
Ah, I see.
Okay, but still, just in case anything pops up, you can always talk to me.
I'll make sure of that. Thanks.
No problem.
Crazy! I'm crazy! I think I've gone crazy! Do you think I've gone crazy? Tell me, Seeds! Do you believe I've gone crazy? Because I think I've gone crazy! I don't know what I should do. Should I get help? No, I think I'm fine. Do I look fine? Am I fine? I probably am. Right? Right?
I don't know what's more scary, her sanity or the fact that she said the word crazy 6 times in that speech.
I think it's the latter. Yeah, it has to be.
Yep.
Alright guys, we're here.
Got no regrets inside of me. Not looking back, not giving up, not letting go. I'll keep on running. I'm gonna reach for the stars, although they look pretty far. I'm gonna find my own way and take a chance on today. The sky will start so bright, the colors feel so right. Just take my hand, we're gonna reach for the stars tonight. Tonight. Wake up, living day by day.
a load of that sweet, sweet air.
Yeah, it is actually very peaceful here.
That's nice and all, but where's our host? Hi guys, sorry I'm late. There was traffic.
Blah, 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 whatever. We don't care. When can we start the first challenge?
You can't just talk to the host like that. They have more authority on the show than anyone else does. Don't worry about it. She seems eager, but before we can get to anything, we need to do a rundown of how the show even works. Oh, I see now. Anyway, you guys will be split into 2 teams of 10, and you'll all be fighting against each other for a chance to win this shooting star. This shooting star will allow you to grant one wish of your choice. Only one? It's a shooting star, not a meteor shower. Moving on. After each challenge, all of you will have the chance to vote for someone to be eliminated. Person with the most votes is out of the show. Is that clear?
I don't think anything was made clear in any bit of your stupid introduction. Can you clarify how this show will work?
There. Was that any clearer now? Good, then I'm not repeating myself. Now, there are 2 mats placed right behind me. One mat is red and the other mat is blue. You guys will choose which mat you want to be on to determine the teams. Remember, only 10 people can be placed on one mat. You guys can get to choosing now.
Huh. Doesn't seem too bad. Hey, Denise, you want to join me?
Of course.
Ugh, what is she doing with him? This is downright unacceptable. Come on, Madeline, we're going to their team.
But shouldn't we think about this before making a final decision?
Hi, Dante.
What do you want?
I didn't think you'd be competing in this show. I don't think I've ever expressed how excited I am to compete with you.
Wait, so that's why you guys were excited? Now that explains it. I can't believe my best friend is actually competing with me.
I am not your best friend. For the record, I am not friends with any.
Well, I finally have someone I can take down in a competition.
Why don't you find someone else to take on instead? He's mine.
Please, if you were really their friend, you know that those are the wrong set of...
Hello, what am I to do then?
This is downright
Okay,
unacceptable.
okay, first
Come
of
on,
all,
Madeline.
yes,
The people
you
not
need to
friends.
this. Glad I'm not a part of that drama.
Hey, is it okay if I join your team? I'd rather not deal with all the drama from the other team.
I won't force you to go to the other team. In the end, it's your choice after all.
Thanks. Oof!
Look at you, on the ground like a complete weakling, helpless to get off the ground. Well, what are you waiting for? When are you gonna cry, huh?
What the hell, man? That wasn't called for. Why did you even shove her?
She deserved it.
Deserved it for what? You know what? Never mind. Here, let me help you up.
Thanks again.
Anytime, but I feel bad you have to deal with him. He's such a great teammate to have around.
Yeah, I know I am. You won't regret this choice.
Hey, we're gonna join this team. I personally think this team could use a little more electrical support.
Yeah, we just want to help people.
Okay.
Same here. I have a rival on the other team, and I'd rather compete against them than with them.
Wouldn't it make more sense to compete with them? I'd rather not start a whole conflict outside of the team. Besides, haven't you heard of the saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer?
Nah.
Whoa. What are you doing?
What?
No, not you. Her.
Ah! Where in the absolute hell did you come from?
Oh, you know.
I cannot believe she's gonna be on our team now.
Guys, we have a problem. There's only 3 spots on the blue team and 2 spots on the red team.
Yeah, he's right. We might need to split up.
Wait, what? Why do we have to split up? Can't we just ask one of the members of the blue team to switch to the red team?
It looks like they already made up their minds.
On top of that, we also can't have 3 of us go on the blue team and the other one go solo. We might have to split it evenly.
Why?
Think about it. Out of everyone here, we seem to have the largest friend group. If 3 of us go on the blue team, we may get targeted since we have the largest number of people in our group. What we need to do is keep it low profile so that we're not suspected of being super close.
I guess you make a fair point. But now the question is, who will go on which team? Caitlin! Wait up!
Well, I guess we're both on the red team then.
So that means Brooklyn will go on the blue team. So, what are you waiting for? Go.
No, I'm not going until you explain to me the rules of the game properly.
We're still going on about that?
I'm so sorry about her, Cameron. I really am. Please, continue. Alright, so now I'm giving you all the opportunity to name your teams. Do any of you have any ideas? Our team name should be
Electrical Overload!
What in the actual Okay, so the blue team will be called the Electrical Overloads.
Seriously?
Red team, what about you? The Mighty Musicals?
Hey, I like that name.
So the red team will be called the Mighty Musicals. Now with that all out of the way, I thought it'd be a good idea to start your first challenge tomorrow. I don't want you all to get so caught up in the action, especially on your first day.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah. Also, each of you guys have your own designated trailers over there by those trees. These trailers are customized to reflect your interests, personal hobbies, and whatnot, so you won't have to feel super bored. That's awesome. I know, I outdid even myself this time. Anyway, you should all get some rest before your first challenge tomorrow. You guys can also leave your stuff in your trailers too. With all that said, I'll see you all tomorrow morning.
Well, time to take charge.